The Last Frontier Episode 8 delivers the most explosive twist yet, pushing Sidney and Havlock's story into dangerous new territory. As the truth behind the plane crash, Archive 6, and Sidney's father finally comes together, loyalties crumble and motives collide. With Havlock barely hanging on and Sidney now armed with the most powerful secret in the agency's history, the episode ends on a tense, heartbreaking note. But the biggest question remains. Will Sidney return for Havlock, or has she crossed a line she can't come back from? Let's break it all down. By the end of Episode 7 of The Last Frontier, it becomes painfully clear that Frank's suspicions were right. Sidney really was behind the plane crash meant to kill Havlock. If she hadn't been involved, she wouldn't have sat silently in that transport van while Havlock directly accused her. She knew he had finally pieced it together, and honestly, she already sensed it when she found the bug on Vincent Tiago. Havlock had been listening in, and he heard everything she said when Frank wasn't around. Sidney and Tiago had been working together to orchestrate the crash. She wasn't happy that Tiago had been careless enough to be caught, but they were both committed to the same goal. This is why Havlock's emotional breakdown in Episode 7 had nothing to do with being locked out of Archive 6. It was because he realized the woman he trusted and loved had tried to end his life. But why would Sidney save Havlock from a fiery car accident if she wanted him dead? Simple. Frank was watching. She needed to appear loyal and heroic, so Frank would never suspect she played a role in the crash. Still, Sidney's new plan spun out of control. Her attempt to eliminate Havlock again in the prison transport nearly got them both killed due to yet another accident, something she definitely didn't intend. And even worse for Sidney, killing Havlock won't give her what she wants anymore. The CIA secretly disabled the dead man switch through an agent named Junie, meaning Havlock's death no longer triggers the archive leak. Now Sidney is stuck. Who is Victor Voss? Sidney's shift from painting Levi's toenails in Paris to attempting murder in Alaska happened in only a month. Havlock unintentionally pushed her toward rebellion when he planted the idea that they needed leverage against the agency. At first, she rejected the thought, but then she received a call from Paris. Someone unexpected wanted to meet her, Victor Voss. Voss was a Russian-American intelligence broker who had betrayed both the CIA and Russia. He claimed the FSB was coming for him and insisted Sidney help him escape. But he didn't ask for help empty-handed. He revealed he had secret information about Sidney's father, Robert Schofield, information even she wasn't cleared to know. And he had half of a childhood treasure map Sidney drew as a child. How else could he have gotten that? Sidney didn't trust him fully, but the FSB attack forced her hand. After a brutal firefight where her Paris partners, Beale and Tariq, died, Voss used his final breaths to tell Sidney the truth she never expected. Her father wasn't killed by terrorists. He was killed by the CIA, specifically by Victor Voss himself, acting under someone else's orders. Did Jack Bradford have Robert killed? This revelation crushed Sidney because she trusted Jacques Bradford more than anyone. Jacques had been like family since Robert's death, but Havlock's instincts had been right. The agency was dangerous, and Sidney needed protection. Sidney and Havlock tracked down Sharon Tidwell, a former CIA procurement operative who had once handled Victor Voss. Sharon didn't want to talk, but when Sidney asked about her father, her reaction said everything. She confirmed the CIA ordered Robert's death. Meanwhile, Jacques already suspected Sidney and Havlock were working together, especially after Havlock tried hacking Archive 6. When Sidney confronted Jacques again about her father, Jacques lied straight to her face. Sidney needed that lie to finally break free of the trust that had shaped her entire life. Will Sidney come back for Havlock? Sidney and Havlock loved each other deeply, but their communication was a mess. Havlock acted without asking her, and Sidney secretly took her own path. Havlock's discovery inside Archive 6 evidence, proving Jacques' abuse of the Atwater Protocol, including Robert's murder, forced everything to unravel quickly. The agency turned on Sidney, and Jacques' people attacked her outright. At the same time, Sidney met Vincent Tiago, one of Robert's closest allies. Vincent confirmed everything. Jacques hijacked Robert's creation and weaponized it to eliminate enemies, sending assets to their deaths without their knowledge. Robert tried gathering proof and was killed for it. Vincent had tried to help but was shut down by Sidney's mother, who wanted to protect her daughters. Sidney now had a choice: run with Havlock and disappear forever, or expose Jacques and risk everything. Havlock begged her to flee, but Sidney had inherited her father's sense of justice, so she chose to fight back. Havlock, desperate to change her mind, allowed Jacques' men to capture him while staying on the phone with her. But Sidney twisted his capture into a strategic advantage. She convinced Vincent that Havlock would be killed so Vincent would help bring down the plane. It was manipulative, and Vincent took the mission farther than Sidney expected, killing multiple innocents in the process. Here's the strange part. The malware used for the plane crash came from Armin Zhdanko, the same man Havlock contacted later. It raises the question, was Havlock orchestrating more than we realized? Did he set up Victor Voss? Did he know the plane would go down and plan his own escape? It's suspicious. Still, the simpler explanation is that Havlock truly didn't know Sidney meant to kill him. Thanks for watching.